Hi, I'm going to dig up some garlic today. I've got soft necks over here and hard necks over here, and I'm not absolutely sure where the dividing line ends. I remember I had more of the hard neck cloves than I did the soft neck, but let's dig them up and see what we get. It's really in there. Okay. Looks like a nice clove. The soft necks are Susanville, and the hard necks were red chestnut. Well, that looks kind of red, so maybe that is a hard neck. I don't remember what I planted where. Another nice one. Another nice one. Here's what I got so far. I won't bore you with watching all of this, so let me finish up and I'll show you what I get at the end here. Okay, here's my harvest. These here are the red chestnut, the hard necks, and they're larger than the others. The others are the Susanville soft necks, and they're smaller, but there's a lot more of them, so I must have been remembering wrong, and this year I'm going to keep a little bit of records. Last year I planted them, it was late October, and I was not thinking properly, I guess, or just getting lazy, but this year I'll definitely mark them a little bit better so I know what I got. But I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with the size of these. I think they came out very nice, and these are mostly good too. There's a few smaller ones in there, but gosh, this for my first year of growing garlic, I'm quite pleased. And I'll just give you a quick scan around what's happening in the rest of the garden. And there's the kale. Kale's doing quite well. Carrots are doing quite well. These are red bull's blood beets. Over there are the golden beets and what's left of the ruby beets. We've been eating those. Haven't picked any of the golden or the red yet, but there are some big enough to pick, and be doing that pretty soon. Onions are doing well. They probably do even better now that they have more room with the garlic gone. Tomatoes, I'm just loaded with tomatoes, but they're all quite small, and I don't know if I'm gonna really get much out of them. Now these are the if I can find them, the black cherries, so they're going to stay small, and hopefully they'll start to ripen up. And in here are the Buck Bees New, and they're starting to get some size on them. But again, there's just loads of them. Here's one here that's quite small. If I can even show it to you. As you can see, it's just a teeny little thing. And they're all over the place, about that size. So I don't know if I'll get any vine ripens, but hopefully I will have enough to pull them when they're green and get them indoors. But as you can see, there's just all kinds of little ones on there. So I have no shortage of them, I just don't know if I'll get any ripe ones. And I had a little deer damage on my pepper plants. You can see they chewed off the tops to most of these. In fact, all three of these poblanos in the front here. But they left the flowers and the little peppers that are on there. Here's my biggest one. So maybe I'll still get something off them. I hope it didn't set them back too much. And in between the peppers I planted cauliflower for a fall crop, and they're doing well. What you can see of them, they're getting kind of overgrown, but I think the peppers will be out of there before they need the room. Oregano's doing good. Lettuce is kind of at its end. I pulled out, or didn't pull out, but I harvested all but 2 heads, and those will be coming pretty soon too. And that's the other side of the beets. Potatoes are going to be, I'll be doing a potato video pretty soon. As you can see, they're pretty well gone. Still a little bit of life left in them, but for the most part they're at the end, and I'll be digging up and see what's in those 2 bags probably in the next day or so. And over here, same deal with these tomatoes. All kinds of small ones in there, but now I don't know how big these get. These are Oregon Spring, and I'm not quite sure. I've never grown them before, so I'm not quite sure how large they do get, but we'll see what's happening. And there's my German giant radishes. Look at the size of those things. Let me get my hand in there to give you some reference. They're just enormous. One of them lasts us for a couple of days. We chop them up and put them in salads. But that's about it. And my wife's beans, there's beans in there, and I suspect another few days we'll be able to harvest some of them. They're kind of small just yet, kind of hard to show them to you, but it's fairly early in the morning here. They recommended harvesting the garlic in the cool of the day, either early in the morning or in the evening, and I'm more of a morning person, so I did it then. But things are doing well. I'm quite pleased with the garden this year overall, despite the challenges of the weather. Oh, the reason the deer got in here, and I'm thankful it didn't do more damage, it nibbled a few beet tops too, but I forgot once again to turn Mr. Scarecrow on. It works like a charm, but only if you remember to turn it on. So there you go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a day or so for potatoes.